Welcome to Jules NFL Top Players of the Week. I'm doing this instead of the MVP because I think the MVP conversation is so dumb, so nonsensical. It just never makes any sense. It's just random narrative nonsense. This way, we get to go through the truly top players of the week, week after week after week. This is the only second time we've ever done it. So let me know if you want me to keep doing it. And I also had two new additions, as you can see, the two white colored helmets over there that I added this time around. Let me know how you feel about it. But let's just jump right into it right now. This man was an absolute monster. He already has a nickname, but it's time for him to have a new nickname. That man right there is not only Sonic, but he is supersonic. He is turbosonic. He is just an absolute monster, Jahmyr Gibbs, where he had 136 yards rushing, 17 carries, 136 yards, 8 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, and a 78-yarder where he just could not be caught. Not to mention, he had 3 catches for 82 yards and a 30-yard long on 3 targets, 3 catches, 82 yards. Just an absolute monster. Had 218 total yards, nearly 60% of the total offense. He nearly had as many yards as the entire Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And he had more than double the yards, the total offense of the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, so just absolutely absurd. Jahmyr Gibbs, I see you. Then on the other side, we got another monster of a running back. It is the return of the dual threat running back. That's what I'm going to start calling him. Christian McCaffrey. CMC. I'm so happy to see this guy back in action. I'm so happy to see this guy strong and healthy. He made up over 62% of the San Francisco 49ers offense. He had 129 yards rushing, 24 carries, 129 yards, and a lot of those were hard fought yards. His long was only 15, so it's not, he didn't have like a lot of these big massive chunk plays. He had 2 touchdowns, and he was the leading receiver by double yards, 7 catches for 72 yards, on 8 targets. He was just the absolute offense. He was the absolute offense. He is just such a workhorse, and we do not credit these guys enough. That's why I'm over the whole MVP conversation, because it's just nothing but quarterbacks, and it's just like who's been helping their team out more right now, Christian McCaffrey or I don't even want to name names because then people are gonna have panic attacks. But just insert other top quarterbacks who are considered to be the top MVP candidates. Like obviously they're quarterbacks, so they are obviously have a huge part of why a team wins or loses, but sometimes we have to just be able to look beyond that a little bit. Christian McCaffrey, what he's doing right now is just ridiculous. Now, let's jump into some quarterbacks. We got Aaron Rodgers and none other than Joe Flacco. I don't know about you guys, but that game was one of the most entertaining games that I'd seen in a really long time. Watching Aaron Rodgers duel it out with Joe Flacco. Aaron was 23 for 34, 249 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a 103.7 passer rating. Joe Flacco, 31 for 47. Asking Joe Flacco, that man, to throw the ball 47 times for 342 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 108.6 passer rating. It was just awesome. I mean, it just felt like such a throwback to just old school football, of just watching these guys just drop back and let it rip. And honestly, it was a thing of beauty, man. It really, really was. I was so impressed with how those guys were playing, and just how it just was going back and forth, wire to wire. Aaron put his team to come back, had a huge throw to Freiermuth, a 68-yarder. I mean, just so exciting. And then Joe Flacco gets the ball and marches them right down the field, right? So just an awesome performance. I know it's Thursday, so it already feels like it was forever ago, but just could not be more impressed. And then that leads you to Ja'Marr Chase. Jahmyr Chase, obviously the number one target for Joe Flacco. 23 targets. 23 targets. I'd love to know, man, if I was just out there throwing a Jahmyr Chase, what would my numbers be? I would love to know. 16 catches, 161 yards, 10 yards per catch, and one touchdown. It's kind of crazy. He only ended up having only one touchdown on 23 targets, but absolutely a monster. Those were his career highs as well. For his it says franchise record, but it's then that obviously he's only played for the Bengals. But just insane, just insane. Another workhorse at it, but surprisingly, crazy enough, he wasn't even the best receiver of the week. Kind of crazy, and the best receiver was that man right there, Devonta Smith. Devonta had 9 catches for 183 yards, 1 touchdown, and a 79-yarder on 11 targets. The most this season by any wide receiver. He had such... there was a handful of catches that were just drops in the bucket by Jalen Hurts. And then there were also a handful of catches where they were some grown man catches getting after it. He had the one catch where he got just drilled, absolutely drilled. And the fact that he's held on to that ball throughout his entire career. I guess maybe he's not too skinny. I guess maybe, he's he is a grown man out there just being a monster. And again, could not be more impressed with his ability to just get after it and play like he is, 50, 60 pounds heavier. So just a monster. And then we got literally one of the most insane things I've ever witnessed. This past week was actually probably one of the craziest weeks. The Denver Broncos. I just got the entire Denver Broncos team out there. That comeback was just insanity. Insanity. Let me say it again. Insanity. There had been 1,602 straight games won when the other team was leading by 18 or more points in the final 6 minutes. And then the Denver Broncos happened, scoring 33 points in the fourth quarter, with Bo Nix being the first quarterback ever to have 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Teams, when trailing by 18 or more with 6 minutes left, 2 and 3,677. It's just insane. It's obviously absolutely insane. The second most fourth quarter points in NFL history, which I gotta look that up. What's the first then? What the heck happened in that game? It was just crazy. I actually want to, now that I actually been meaning to, I should do this. Go back and rewatch that fourth quarter. Now that you know how it unfolds, you can look at it through a different lens. Just absolute insanity. And now we got the 2 worst things that I've seen. I was originally going to put diamonds or like Jules diamonds and then have coal, but I just used helmets because that's what I got. We got the Las Vegas Raiders. That was so bad. It's so funny because I woke up in the morning and was watching the London game, and I was like, this is one of the worst things I've ever seen. Oh my God, this is just crazy how bad this is. Bad. And then somehow the Raiders were like, just wait, man. Just wait until we play. You ain't seen nothing yet. And that's why I got these 2 teams right now. Just so Geno Smith 10 for 16 for 67 yards. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm delusional. But I just feel like I could do better. I got a pretty good arm. I got pretty good accuracy. Got pretty good anticipation. Pretty good reflexes. All right, I could sling it. All right, why do I feel like I could do a better job? Am I delusional? Probably. But just put me in, coach. Just put me in. Ashton Genty, 6 carries for 21 yards. That man only had 6 carries and 1 pass. That's it. Why are you not getting the ball to your main playmaker? I don't understand. And I'm sorry, it's not all about the Kansas City Chiefs. It's just not. They had 11 carries for 25 yards. Passing wasn't working either. So I don't know. Maybe at least just try to run the ball. They had 95 total yards. 95 total yards. They were 0 for 7 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth down. They ran 30 plays. They had 3 first downs. They had 3 first downs. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I could throw them. I could get at least a couple first downs. I promise you. I promise you, man. I at least know how to hand the ball off to Ash and Genty, okay? I know how to do that. Like I said, I am a lefty, all right? So it might be a little weird for y'all, but like I can do it. I can do it. Just mind-numbingly awful. And the Jags. Again, man, I'm watching that game in the morning and I'm just like, why? Why am I watching this game? They were so bad. If they actually had someone open, Trevor could not hit them. And when Trevor was kind of like, okay, I'm going to hit them. I'm going to throw an accurate ball. They were like, okay, but I don't want to catch the ball then. I don't want to catch the ball. It's all icky. It's all sticky. I don't want to get my fingers dirty. I mean, it was just, I just don't know what I was watching. I really, really don't. They were just so bad. So lethargic. It's like they don't care. Everyone was praising the Rams and whatnot. And the Rams are a great team. I think the Rams are a great team. The Jags are just exceptionally awful, specifically in that game. I don't know if they're that bad throughout throughout the whole season, but they were just exceptionally awful. That made it so mind-numbingly brutal. And then we got the man, the myth, the legend, the reigning Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Money Hurts. 19 for 23, 326 yards, 14.2 yards per attempt, 3 touchdowns, a 95.1 QBR, and a perfect 158.3 passer rating against the defense that was the best passing defense that had not given up any 200-plus yard passers and no deep ball touchdowns, yet that man did it all. Was just unbelievably awesome, was perfect, and the way in which he did it. I have a full video going through all the highlights. Please do check it out. It's a great video. It's titled, I got 2 titles. Jalen Hurts just proved every single hater wrong, yet they still talk. And the video Jalen Hurts haters don't want you to see. Check it out. It's a good one. It's a good one. And watch the whole thing because there's some jewels. There's some jewels near the end. But, he just did everything that they said that he can't do. And again, it was the way in which he did it. It's not even, if he just had the box score, it's still a great box score, completion percentage through the roof, great passing yards over 300, 3 touchdowns, et cetera, et cetera. But it was the way in which he did it. The pressure he was facing, the times that he got walloped in the pocket, his scrambles that he had to make, and then throwing while running, right? It wasn't just like scrambling and then he like rips off a run because, he's a running back. So of course he can run. But I mean, it was just great. It was just the level of difficulty that he had to deal with is through the roof. And when you put that together with the 326 yards, 19 for 23, 14.2 yards per attempt, 3 touchdowns, and a perfect pass rating of 158.3. It's pretty insane. I mean, it is. It was objectively insane and just an absolute pleasure to watch. And so that is Jules NFL top players of the week. Who do you think I missed? If any, who would you remove? There's really no set structure. Originally, I just had 6, and I was just gonna go. But then, like, I had the 6, and then I was like, well, Christian McCaffrey was a monster. And then, like, on Monday night, I'm like, well, Gibbs was a monster. And I'm like, okay, so then I was just like, I don't know. So we're kind of just winging it right now. There's no super set structure. I'd like to maybe actually have less players. Forces me to pick really then only like 6 or 5 or whatever the number is. That way I can't just put every great player, because then it would be just kind of like, well, what do we talk about? Anyone who was just even remotely successful gets there. I feel like it might be more fun if I was forced to maybe have to pick between Christian McCaffrey and Gibbs or something. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just making it up, so I'm curious what you guys all think. What you think is more fun, more interesting, what facilitates the conversation more. And I also had a great idea. I just had this idea right now as I'm talking what I could have done. See, if I was actually a troll, if I was actually trying to annoy people, if I was doing what Nick Wright does, where he wants to be the heel, that's why he drops the banners and has the doll hands and does all that type of stuff. One of my Coles or whatever would have been, I could have put Baker Mayfield there. I could have showed all the missed throws and all that, but I didn't do that. I picked the Raiders and the Jags. So you're welcome, Baker Mayfield fans. You're welcome, because I easily could have done that. And maybe I should. Maybe I should lean into what Nick Wright does, and then who knows. But it's not what I intend to do. But a part of me wish I did, because that would have been hilarious. But then everyone would be like, "You're a hater. You're so biased." And I would have been like, "Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?" But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Jules? Again, any players you would remove, any players that you think are missing. And again, I'm curious truly how you feel about the structure of this, how you think it should be changed, if at all. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.